What is going on, guys? It is Dan, the man, aka Daniel's son, and we're talking more of The Walking Dead. Comic 168, The Road's End. And man, did you feel that ending of the issue? Did you not feel that shit? Shout out to Walking Dead Mike. Alright, guys, let's get into this. Alright, this was a great chapter after that heartbreaking chapter with Andrea, my girl Andrea, my favorite character in this series. I wanted to know, where was Rick's mindset? Where do we go from here? And what we got was John, his crew. We had Dwight. He's like to Rick, it's cool, man. We cool. All right. Yeah, right now. Because, Sherry's dead. Andrea's dead. Gabriel's dead. Like, there's a lot of people that we lost in this. We lost some people on the war. And we see the funeral. We see John helping out in honor of Andrea, which I really like, because Andrea, she was a tough SOB. She was a tough SOB, and everybody respected her, and she was a badass at her own right. So that's a big loss. That's a big loss to not only Rick's group and Rick himself and Carl, but to us as readers, because Andrea, even Robert Kirkman was saying, like, he kind of sorry about that. Even Robert Kirkman was saying, he had a tough time going back and forth whether he should or shouldn't. So in this chapter, what I really liked was Negan stepping up to the plate, because once Rick tells John and the Saviors, like, Sherry's dead. It was an accident, but Sherry's dead. You see, even like when he told, like, Dwight, he was sorry when Dwight was doing a lot of things for, the burials and just doing his job. And Rick saying, I'm sorry for Sherry. Then Dwight's like, you know what? We both lost some members. Let's just move on from this. Let's just continue strive to, you could just tell by Dwight's face, like, it is what it is. And with John, when he finds out, like, this motherfucker pulls a gun on Rick is like, whoa! And you have Dwight pull a gun on John, like, put the fucking gun down, And then who comes walking, fucking strolling, la-di-da-di fucking yay, is Negan. Negan goes, whoa, you fuckwads, you fucktards. Listen, cool your shit, and I will shut that shit down. He's pretty much telling John and the Saviors, like, you know what? How about this? Why don't we go back to what my system was all about? And then, like, Dwight was about to, like, I'm gonna kill him. And Rick's like, you know what? Just hold up. Hang on. Let's see where he's going with this, but get ready. Get ready on. You have the guns on him. And Negan goes, yeah, why not? Point system. We take shit from other people. I mean, everybody hates us. Well, mostly me. But, let's go back to my system. And one of the guys is like, yeah, let's go back to Negan's system, even though his face is all fucking burnt. And then Negan just gives him a big old punch, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? And then Negan spouts out some foot fetish shit. How about fucking feet? That was the issue, right? That was the issue. I mean, Negan's, what comes out of his mouth is always hilarious. That's why I think it's so different from the show to the comic. But not only that, we also have, sorry about that. We also have, when Negan was telling John, like, John, you're a smart motherfucker. Even I knew you were smart. Sorry about that. He tells John, like, listen, this is how it's gonna work. Go back to your fucking little warehouse or wherever that I made, safe for you guys. And whenever you need our help, we'll help. But whenever we need your help, you motherfuckers are going to help. That's basically kind of the deal, because the Saviors want to do their own thing, and Rick is like, you don't want to make an enemy out of me in this issue. So that's basically what That's basically what happened. Like, in the chapter when it comes to that situation, John and the Saviors go back to where they're going. And Negan, he looks at Rick and he's like, "Oh, my condolences." That was interesting. That was very interesting when he said that. And how Negan can have sincere facial expressions, but it don't mean shit. You still can't trust a motherfucker. I really did love in this issue though how he's like a R.I.P. that wooden bat of mine, like Lucille. We lost Lucille in the war too. That was the biggest. No, Andrew's the biggest. Come on. But it was, I liked how Negan just came in there and really just like kind of just brought, it was just hilarious. It was just hilarious when Negan. Another thing that towards the end of the chapter, we see Michonne kind of looking at Rick. We know, they do their burials, they do their final goodbyes, and we see Rick just sitting at the table, Carl saying, "I'm sorry, Dad," with Lydia, and then Lydia and Carl leave. And then what hit me the most was like Rick taking his clothes off. He takes his fake arm off, and he goes to the gravesite and of Andrea, and he just in his underwear just lays down there right beside her. That freaking hit me hard. Like that. That's what storytelling's all about, where you have two characters, and both these characters, granted, were not with each other in the very beginning. These characters had other loved ones, and they happened to get together, and it was perfect. It made sense. But you have two of these characters, and we've seen where their journey has begun, and we saw where Andrea's has ended, and all the people she lost. So that's what storytelling's all about, where you can have a connection with these characters. And when they actually hook up, and we love that, and we love the couple, and we see how much they strive and how much they need for each other. And when one of them dies, and the other one's still left to kind of like hold the place together, to keep the world on their shoulders, and you see the other one, the other one's gone. You see, you really. Your heart just drops for Rick, man, and you understand why Rick is doing that. There's no laughing at him. There's no questioning what the hell's he doing by Andrea's side. You get it. You get it, and that's what storytelling's all about, and that's why storytelling needs rich characters like these. And Andrea's a huge loss, man. I would do the same thing. It's a huge loss. So that's my thoughts on 168. I thought it was a good overall chapter or issue. I thought Negan's spouting, it was a little bit a bulk of like a little bit of the issue. You got definitely some humorous moments with Negan. The situation is kind of resolved for now, but we still have Beta, and we still have some of the whispers still out there. So by all means, the overall war is over, but there's going to be some little battles in forthcoming. And then we also have Eugene and the contact, and I'm interested in Michonne. That look that Michonne gave Rick, I'm interested in what she's going to do and how big of a role she's going to play, because romantically it might not, it could go that route, but I think Michonne's really going to have to step up and become a right-hand man for Rick more than ever, because Andrea was pretty much the right-hand man. But now Michonne needs to step up. And I know Michonne could have took over the kingdom, but right now I think her place is right here by Rick's side, and to make sure everything goes smoothly, because that's one of the people that Rick just absolutely trusts. And I want to see what Maggie does. Maggie hasn't had too much. I'm kind of disappointed in where Maggie was in this war. I felt she had some good moments, but then it just was overall impactful as I thought it was going to be. So we'll see where Maggie's character goes in the future as well. So I want to thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Like the video if you like, and comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Until next time, to talk more The Walking Dead. R.I.P. Andrea and R.I.P. Lucille. Bye, guys.